Ugh. Oh my gosh, it smells really bad. My goodness, this stinks. Got to start this video with the classic pun, haven't I? Hello me, as I look into the viewfinder. Hello. Instead of hello you today, it is hello me, because we are making homemade halloumi. Yes, I'm very excited about this on this gloomy Monday morning. It's a Monday morning, and what better to do just as it's about to tip down with rain than to try and make homemade halloumi cheese. Two potential different ways I've found, and one is very quick and one is slightly longer, but hopefully it'll work. Halloumi cheese is one of those strange cheeses that for some reason it's rubbery, it's squeaky. I feel like I shouldn't like it. I don't like most cold cheeses, as you know, but halloumi, I can do it. I like it. Well, that was a pack of halloumi, hang on. Yes, it comes in a sealed pack generally. This is some sort of dried mint or herbs, oregano of some kind normally in there. Sometimes you put chili flakes in it. Amazing for grilling and barbecue and all that stuff. I just kind of like it. And sometimes nice in a salad after a little bit of frying, brown it. But this cheese is really butch though. It takes ages to melt, and it's kind of nice just to fry it, sort of brown the sides in a pan and have it with a salad. Really, really good. So that's what we're going to attempt to make now. Now the recipes I've got, the methods, actually involve two very different types of milk. One takes a lot longer, as I say, one's a bit shorter. They've both been sent by you guys off the back of the homemade mozzarella video, which I did. So this is very exciting. But the first milk that we've got, this is called raw milk. So yeah, this arrived 2 days ago. And this is some raw milk. I'll explain to you in a minute what it is. This is raw milk, Cam. So this is raw milk. Unraw milk is also known as pasteurized. Pasteurized basically means it's been warmed to kill off some sort of bacteria and things like that. So this milk is literally straight from the udder. It's utterly ridiculous. It's very hard to get this in the UK. No supermarkets sell it as far as I know. Some dedicated farm shops that actually make the milk on their farms will sell this. I don't think you just go, yeah, go grab an udder, mate, help yourself. You actually have to be like signed off and stuff. This milk has not been heat treated, may contain organisms harmful to health, keep refrigerated. Yes. So there is a disclaimer on it, but don't worry, we are going to be heating this anyway, and I needed 10 litres of this. Oof. So I'm going to need my big boy pan. Oh, there it is. No. I actually don't know the capacity of this. I think it might be enough though, it should be. Well, the only way I'm going to find out is by pouring 10 of those bottles in, and if I get halfway up, we'll make smaller amounts. We'll go for 5. I feel I might have ordered too much. Ugh. Did you see it had a little bit of cream on the top of it? It smells really bad. Yeah, I'm going to make half the amount actually. I've been to a cheese making factory before, and that is what this smells like right now. I'm not going to push it anymore, so I'm going to go for just 5 litres. So I've got 5 litres of raw milk if anyone wants to borrow it. I don't know if you can see that, but this is around about 17 degrees in temperature. We need to bring this up to 30 degrees immediately. So, on a medium flame like that, I'm going to keep it mixed around. Okay, I now have my arms around the camera. I've never done this before, I feel like Ashens. 31. We're just hitting it. It's good. We're so nearly there. Oh my gosh. Oh, 32 degrees. Which sounds like the name of a boy band. Heat off. So we're using some rennet, which is very popular in cheese making. It helps to separate the curds from the whey. It's kind of enzymy stuff from stomachs of mammals. So if you want to use a vegetarian one, of course, use that. I just don't have any to hand. I've got a whole tub of that for something else, and I need to use it. So the recommendation is 1 drop per litre of milk. So, oh, I think I just did a drop. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do a few more just to make sure. 6, 7, 8. Apparently, I have to do this 30 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. So apparently, 30, that's going to leave it to help separate the curds in the whey. But we have to leave this now for an hour. Alexa, give me a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
Amazing. So with that in place, we can check in an hour's time if the curds and whey have separated. Anyhow, let's do a different version. So this other faster version of homemade halloumi apparently is done in the microwave. I was also sent this one, and it uses completely different theory of milk. So we're using some pasteurized, so unraw milk, but this is unhomogenized. Now, homogenization, I don't even know if that's a word. That's basically the process of where you tend to get cream. If I let this settle a little bit, you get cream built up, real old school that you used to get when you get milk from the milkman here in the UK. You get that build up there. Now, a lot of the milks that you buy in the shop, they have that where they sort of mix that all together, so you don't get the cream in there. It's kind of like removing that creamy layer. That's all that really is. But I quite like that rusticness of this. And to contra that, the other milk we were supposed to use, the supermarket only had a skimmed version. So this is goat's milk. My friend Alan actually has 2 goats, and he swears if you have one on your own, they get kind of lonely and don't do anything. But you have 2, they work in pairs, and they'll literally eat your whole garden. Best lawnmowers ever. They eat brambles and everything. But I thought that was quite an interesting contrast, how I've gone for the super full fat creamy milk, and the only goat's milk they had was skimmed. But we need just a litre of each for this, so we're making a considerably smaller amount. I mean, between you and me, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I've done a little bit of research. I'm just having a bit of fun, and hopefully yours will turn out better than mine. All right. For this microwave recipe, despite the Spanishness, I'm seeing the cheese on there. I'm feeling pretty good about this. This is a junket tablet, which is basically rennet in tablet form, which we dissolve and then add in with our milks. I'm a bit scared because it does say this is for 50 litres of milk per tablet, whereas it's told me to dissolve 1 tablet. But we've got to trust the recipe, so let's give it a go. All right, so that is 2 tablespoons of water, and there's my junket tablet, which just kind of looks like paracetamol. You put that in there, and it should dissolve. Give it a little bit of encouragement. Oh, there you go. Nice. Okay, this cloudy concoction is pretty much nearly dissolved now, but back to our milks. In goes the goat's milk, and then the thick, creamy. Oh, there's a bit of cream layer on the top there again. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to put this back over there, and if I don't set my arm on fire, again, 32 degrees. That seems to be the temperature that all milks love. Oh, whoops, I've taken this a bit higher. Never mind. That's 34 degrees rather than 32. Oops. Okay, so the reason I was a little bit over with that, I took my eye off it because I was thinking, oh right, have we now pasteurised the milks with both these methods, taking it to 32C? But actually no, when milk is pasteurised, it's taken up to 145F, which is 62.7C, I think, apparently. I mean, I just Googled it, my memory is like a sieve. So here is our completely dissolved junket tablet. Oh, in that goes, like a bad medicine. Your love is like bad medicine. 3, 4, I'm going to do 30 again. 5, 6, 30. Okay, so this one, like that one there, has an hour. This one apparently only needs half an hour. How long is left on my timer?
You have 38 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
38, okay, oh that's fine. So a little bit longer on the bigger one still. So we will leave this for 30 minutes. In fact, let's just leave it so they're at the same stage and see if either of them are similar. Both of the cheeses should get pressed into a mould at some stage. So what I bought this morning was some really cheap loaf tins. They're not the smallest loaf tin. I hope I'm going to have enough for that. But also they don't have any holes to drain off. So we're going to unnecessarily drill them. Oh, I don't know why I did that. My goodness, this stinks. We're about to hit 38 minutes. In fact, if my calculations are correct... Hey, not bad. Big boy curds that we did before, and the budgety microwave version here. So with the big one, let's see what that's like, because we slice it up into chunks now. Separate the curds in the way. I mean, maybe taking the spoon out... Oh my gosh. It's like a custard. But what we need to do is run our knife through the curd. Oh, the one here we did in the microwave, that can just do its thing and wait because it's going to get a lot of time in a minute. So this, we're bringing up to 38C as opposed to 32 before. Look, I'm jiggling around the curds. Look at that, it's sort of moving around a little bit. And of course the whey, not only are we going to sort of cook it in that later on, but you can make ricotta with that. But unfortunately, today, there's no way I'm going to do it. I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. Hello. Yes, this is a cheesecloth. I've completely fluked this step, but I love it. I love that. I've got a few different size mixing bowls. I was playing around with it, and this size is perfect for a holy mould. Holy mould! To sit in like this. What we're going to do is take those warm curds now. We're going to ladle them out, drip off any excess moisture into the cloth again to drip it off and make these as dry as possible. All right? You can do the first lift with me because I've never done this before. So we're going to go in. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's awesome. This is a slotted spoon. And I'm going to lift it and put it into my mould like that. It's taking quite a while, so I'm going to... Yeah, pretty good. I'm going to use a manual cheesecloth, a sieve. Stick that straight on there. And then this cheesecloth I'm going to bring up, and we should, look at that, should be able to drain a lot of moisture out of that. Right, we've got a little bit of a problem. So my theory with the holes there, look, if I push down on it, none of the moisture, because it's reduced quite a lot, is actually coming out. We've got the other tin, so for the other one, we'll use a different method. I'll probably get some Chinese takeaway boxes or something. And if I press, you do get a little bit of moisture out, but if I turn it upside down, you see how much has come out there? I've just got to put some heavy stuff on it. Oh, you see? Yes, I just need to make sure these are balanced. That was getting some out. That's what we want. We've got to put the Barry Lewis book on. And it's not something you see every day, but that is actually working, and it's up to you to probably find your own way around it. There's a gadget called a tofu press, which I think would work amazing for this, actually, if you've got one of those. Otherwise, get some books. All right, half an hour later of compressing, and you can see how much has come out of there. I've been doing it manually as well, just a big old squeeze like that, and you can see now it's pretty much like dry. It's going to be damp still, I think. Right, I've just got myself a big old board, and hopefully... this. Huh? Look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yes. I'm now cutting it into about inch thick slabs of what I assume, I hope, I pray, is halloumi. Huh? I don't really know what to say. But what I do know what we're going to do is we're going to put that in a bath of whey, which is going to go to 90-something degrees C. I'll let you know. This could be a very regrettable decision. No, one-handed is okay. So we're creeping up to 95 degrees. In fact, I'm going to drop it in any moment now. And this effectively is going to cook the halloumi. A little foamy on the top there, but there we go. There is our whey. Alright, so I'm going to put... oh, they're really hard to be fair. These pieces of halloumi on there and drop them in. Wow, it's all in there now. So in 20 minutes time, apparently it should rise to the top. So that's when we'll know. Okay folks, that has been 20 minutes. I've just taken it off the heat, and as you can see, it's a little foamy still. It just bubbled away and it has just eventually risen to the top. Some of it has broken, so I think keeping it as a slab, I think for you guys would probably be a better step, but I think this is still fine. I've got some pieces there. So what you'd normally use is something called a cheese mat. Now I don't have one of those, but it's basically a mat with holes in it. So I'm just using a pizza tray, and I've got that above a roasting tray so it can let any water drip from it. And I'm delicately gonna go in. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna do this very slowly, like one at a time, but you can see that fluid on there. Oh, just let it rest. Okay, I've given this a little wash with some water just to get away some of the foamy bits, and we are left with some survivors. Yes, we have got some halloumi slices. I think leaving it as a slab, as the whole mould, if it will fit in your pan, or even having it, is the way to go, okay? So this now needs to be flavoured. So halloumi, as we said at the start of the video, has some sort of herbs on it, mint, oregano, whatever, and also some salt. It's quite salty cheese. We do that now before leaving this 24 hours. So here they are laid out on a board, and I'm gonna sprinkle on, this is some rock salt, and this is dried mint. Oh my gosh, that's way too much dried mint, but I'm just gonna go for it. In fact, I could probably roll it in it. Oh, there we go, that's quite cool, isn't it? Look at that. Minty, minty, minty. There's a lot of mint on that, whoops. And apparently, this needs to be left for 24 hours in a brine, which is made like this. 200 mils of water, 200 mils of the whey, and a good old sprinkle of salt in there. Mix that round, and that is going to be something perfect for a halloumi to sit in. We're actually going to use that again for the microwave version. I forgot about that one. But apparently our halloumi, which is why it's stored either in brine like this or vacuum packed, how it came with mine with a teeny bit of brine in there, goes in like this. You see how that's washing that mint off? I don't mind that actually, I quite like that. So lid on. And that is our halloumi for tomorrow ready. 24 hours, that should be super fresh. So the microwave method. Hello, Mrs. B.
Hello.
Does it smell in here?
Stinks.
Sorry. The microwave method. Let's see if we can make that work. This was a lot less curds and whey in this one. So let's, oh my gosh. There's still a lot in there though. Oh, this one, we kind of throw a lot of the procedures and theory that we just did before out the window. Not literally, which I want to do, but no. Yes, because all this one tells us to do is cut up the whey a little bit into chunks. Like I'm just stabbing it with my spatula. But what we do, rather than segregating it, we put the whole mixture, the curds and the whey, into the microwave. The microwave does get very hot, so I guess that's where we're going to get that whole 90-degree temperature from. But it's going to cook. So this goes against everything that I want to do. And hopefully this bowl's big enough. Ah. Sorry, artisan cheesemakers, if you're watching. Now that we've broken it up, transferred it to a microwave bowl, we add in our herbs, and you could add like different flavors and things like this in there. Maybe some chilies, maybe some seeds, I don't know. Whatever you want. So the mint is going in. Let's stir that. Wow, that smells really, really good. Okay, so we take this huge bowl, and apparently 2 minutes. Now, my microwave is a little lower, so I might have to go 2 minutes 30, but we'll see how we go. First 2 minutes. Smells very minty. Smells like a garden. Apparently, we take this out, give it a stir around. Oh yeah, you can see the curds again separating. And it goes in for another 2 minutes. I think I might give it 3. You might have been able to hear the door in the background then. Mrs. Barry's like, well, I'm going to go get a sandwich. That means the kitchen is currently out of bounds. Right. Woo! That is hot. I like the theory of this one. Because it's telling me to get a sieve and literally, like I did earlier, strain it through it. I might have to do this in batches. Oh, look at that minty whey. And you see, we're going to be left with curds. Suddenly, I really, really like this method. It's got kind of like a, after you've taken chewing gum out of your mouth kind of texture to it. I don't really want to use that description ever again, but it's kind of gummy, okay? And I like that because it's going to firm up even more as it cools. So here's my other cheesecloth, and I'm actually going to stick it into the palm of my hand like this and kind of get a little bit butch man on man with it, a little bit like rough. Oh, it's quite nice because it's still quite warm. It's like therapeutic. Oh, I've pressed it so fine. You've got even the lines of the cheesecloth on there. Wow. So apparently, again, we get a really good sprinkling of salt. Work it all the way in there. Press it through. There's hardly any more moisture in that now. That's awesome. I've just found this little box thing. I'm going to just see if we can do the same theory. Just to try and help shape it. Oh, oh yes. I've made my little block slab of halloumi. Just grab any mould, anything, and it'll do it. All right, that's just going in the freezer. Yep, apparently you can put it in the fridge or the freezer, but the freezer will just speed it up, and that just brings it lower than room temperature, so you can slice it firmly and either eat it immediately, which is the other perk of doing this one, or put it in the brine overnight or for whenever you want it. Cool. Here we go then. I've just got it out of the freezer. And oh yeah, that is nice and cool. And it's held its shape. I love this. So again, if you want, you could leave it and store it, just like the supermarket, in the brine like this. But I'm just gonna cut it, oh yes, into nice chunks. And we can actually eat this right away, but I'm not. I'm gonna put it in my little Tupperware pot. I'm going to get some of the brine we made again. The same recipe as before, except this one has got more of a minty brine to it. Lid on. And I'll see you in the morning when we compare this with this. Back in the fridge. Have a good night. Good morning. Wow, I nearly hit the lens. What a time to be alive. Homemade halloumi. It's 10 a.m. It's nearly had 24 hours, so I'm going to fry it. But first, let's see what it looks like. Ugh. Maybe that's why they air pack it, because it's a little bit misty on the top. I don't know. Okay, so this was the more professional, I would say, approach. Yeah, still smells like a farm. The smell, actually, I went out to tennis last night, I came back in, and it was like I was making yogurt in my house. I like the texture though, it feels good. It feels like proper halloumi. I think I'm actually gonna try some. Oh, that's completely different. The texture is there, not so much squeak in it, and there's a lot less salt in there compared to the store-bought one you get normally. It's actually not too bad though. I think I'll like it a lot more once it's fried. But this is the other one, the kind of like speedy version that we could have ate yesterday. That is a lot softer though. Oh, there was a teeny bit of a squeak there. That is a lot milder, and again, there's not as much salt in there, and I kind of like that. If we can make halloumi with like less salt in it, that tastes it and has that same sort of vibe, I'm kind of excited by that. I'm not sure if you can see, you've got the two differences side by side. There is a real contrast in colours there. This one's much more yellowy. This is the one with the raw milk that we use, but I don't know. At the moment, I'm swaying towards this cheap method. Yeah, so we're gonna fry it, and you don't tend to put oil in your pan when you fry halloumi because of the fat content in there. I don't know if that's going to make a difference with it being homemade. Obviously you could barbecue it and stuff, but hey, I'm from England. We barbecue like once a year. Right, the raw one is not going so well, but the one in the microwave, look, you're getting that colour on that we want. Yeah, that's just melting. Oh dear. These are great. The other ones, yeah, not so much. I mean, yeah, it's just making a load of burnt cheese in my pan. But, you know, let's be honest, there are so many variables to that. The difference in the method, the rennet versus the junket tablet, whatever it was. We made halloumi. I've really enjoyed this project. I'm going to toast it now and see what... Well, do I have to taste that one again? The microwave one, like classic halloumi, we're browning it and it's staying on there. If you imagine like the frying pan is my head here, we're browning, the browning is staying on. So with the other raw milk version, for some reason when we're turning it over, the browning is going. It's like, no, I'm staying there. It's kind of like a snake shedding its skin. The cheese is still there, but the browning's just like, no, you know, all the charness. Rather than staying on the surface, it's like, bye. And I don't know why that is, because it's a very similar consistency, but hey, if this hack one works better... Oh, I was a little squeezing that. Oh, that is amazing. I really, really like this. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to try. Try that, look like the sole of a shoe. I mean, it's melted cheese, so it's all right. Let's forget that one though, but this microwave version has worked an absolute charm. Last night for dinner we fried up some of that store-bought halloumi, and I've forgotten how actual salty that is. My chest was actually even hurting after a couple of slices, but by making your own homemade from that sort of method, that microwave one, which was done in a flash, and you could have it instantly, you can adapt the level of salt in there. This is really nice and mild. In fact, the mint flavour is super strong, and I'm really, really impressed by this. This not so much, okay? This not so much. I think it's fair to say this has been quite the adventure. I do like making homemade projects like this. One of my next ones coming up is actually homemade beef jerky and biltong. I've actually got a jerky gun that arrived the other day, so I'm very excited about that. If you want to see more cheese making stuff like that, if you want me to go to a cheese factory, there's a place near me, Cheddar, where they actually make cheese in caves. That's quite cool, right? Well, let me know. See you soon. Bye.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all three.
Smells funny.
It's cheese.
Okay.
It's going to smell brilliant.